Hey there, welcome to the Nerd News Breakdown, where we bring a story that we feel is really cool or important to the table and break it down for you so that you can weigh in. I'm Maude Garrett, and joining me on Nerd News Breakdown this morning is Sam Basher.
Hi, I'll be letting you know about this cool direction IMAX is going with the VR theater.
I'm interested. And we've also got Steve Zaragoza.
Hey guys, there's a new international trailer for Ghostbusters, and dare I say it, it's not bad. That wasn't hard to say, guys. Well, I'll be talking about my opinion.
I bet you have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say.
I have some. But first, I'm excited to talk to you about how you can be in the rad fantasy book turned Spielberg-directed movie Ready Player One.
Well,
How? That's right. You kind of do. It requires skills. So that it's like a game of Guess Who. It's like, and you need to be good at artwork. And that leaves 2 people. Anyway, a contest is being put on by Talent House Artworks, and it's been approved by the author of the book, Ernie Klein, and the studio putting on the movie, Warner Brothers. And they invite creators to design and model a 3D avatar which could be used in the movie. Now, I know you guys are eyeing because you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well,
Have you read Ready Player One?
no.
I haven't read it. I know more or less what it's about even before we rehearsed this, and also I have 4 copies of this book.
Dang,
in my
read it.
home. I know.
I was gonna ask for one, but I'm not gonna.
You can have one.
I'm not gonna.
This is literally
Is it?
sitting there.
Oh my gosh, read it. It's
Yeah.
such a good book. I read it in 2 days, guys, and then I went back and I listened to the audiobook on Audible, and Will Wheaton narrates it, and he does a pretty good job.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
rad.
cool.
Yeah, no excuses. Basically, the premise of Ready Player One is that it's set in the near future, 2044 or so, and basically there's an online immersive MMO game called The Oasis, where everyone in the whole world log on, and they spend pretty much all of their time in it. So it's a global scale MMO. Everyone is on there, and they log in via their avatar. Now, because this is a video game, anything's possible in this arena, and that's what's really cool. So the sky's the limit when it comes to creating your character. In this competition, you get to create your very own avatar. So you can pretty much decide how it looks, what item it's holding, what shirt it's wearing. Maybe it's got like the Master Sword from Zelda. Maybe it's going to be flying in the Millennium Falcon. You can do whatever you want with this one. Now, the author, Ernie Klein himself, has made a little video listing all the details about this contest. You can watch it in that link below. It's interesting to note, though, this video was uploaded a week ago, and not even 700 people have watched this video.
Oh, Ernie.
So is this competition a bit on the lowdown? They're saying that minimum of 5 artists will be selected. So if no one knows about it, hey, I like your odds.
Yeah, get in on those early things, but never tell me the odds.
I will never tell you 3,722. Hey, what do you get though? Say you submit something and you get chosen. Well, basically, you can have your avatar design potentially appear in Ready Player One and potentially receive exposure across the Ready Player One marketing materials and social media channels. Here's the little thing though. What do you get for it? Well, in exchange for complete assignment of all rights of your avatar, you get $1,000.
Wow.
Other artists may also be chosen. You could probably have your avatar used as background graffiti art in the film, and you'll get $250 in exchange for an assignment of all rights.
To be in a movie forever and ever.
What you create will be in the movie forever and
Forever
ever.
and
Well,
ever.
it's a low-budget movie, Sam, so they don't have
true.
much money.
have
Need one.
Tiny indie film. No money for marketing at all.
Some of the catches is you can only submit 1 design per person. Some countries are restricted, sorry, North Korea, and 18 years and older to enter for this one. Click out the link for those details. I do love how immersive this is. Ready Player One has such an extreme fan base, and they are full of nerds who love to make and create things. So having your very own avatar put inside the thing that you love forever could be really cool.
Yeah.
The flip side, they own your thing for $1,000, and they can do whatever
Your
they want.
creation forever.
Listen,
Yes.
I used to doodle things on paper all the time, and I'd just go like, whatever, fucking drew a thing, toss it aside. So if people feel that way about their art, then like it's probably not that big of a deal. But if it's like this character you've had your whole life and you love, and it's your own design, maybe don't use that one.
Use the second best.
Yeah, use the second one.
And then you get exposure.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite. Better than money. Uh-huh.
You pay those bills with exposure.
Yes.
The thing is, I know the book quite well. I don't think there could be a high level of exploitation when it comes to submitting an avatar. I just think it will be placed somewhere in the game. So when there's background people, it's like being an extra in this movie, but it's something that you've designed, which is kind of fun.
That's cool. It's fun. Unique.
I do like the immersiveness though. I mean, J.J. Abrams has done this before. He's used a charity to not only raise money, but the person who won that charity, it was like a luck of the draw, actually had an on-screen role in Star Wars.
Oh.
I wonder
Yeah.
what it was, though. Do we know?
No, that's the thing. It was a very, very subtle thing. They maybe spent a day on set, and in a scene, they would have just been in the background.
Oh, wait, no, he was. I read about the thing. He was Finn. Yeah, that was the guy. Yeah,
But I mean, that
Hey,
guy,
he's pretty good.
that guy would have
Pretty
been
good.
in makeup maybe for hours. He would have been on set. It's a really tiring thing to
that was
do.
stupid.
And it was a white guy. They did put him in makeup for hours, to be fair.
And he wouldn't have been paid for it because it was like winning an experience. Is this kind of the same thing? Do you think that people are being exploited here? Or do you think that this is changing the future of cinema, bringing the fans into the film?
Future of cinema. Future of cinema. I like including more fans in properties that have a giant fan base and a huge following. And Ready Player One, are there multiple books? Is it a series or is it just Ready Player One?
It's
You
just
get
the
one.
standalone book.
Oh, okay. I mean, it would be fun if there were more like franchise, but whatever. It doesn't matter. If I was a fan of the book, which I probably would be if I read it.
Please read it.
I
Promise me, I need to hear the words.
I'll give you one of the 9 books I have. 9
Thank
copies
you.
I
They're
have at home.
multiplying.
Yeah, they are. Someone got them wet.
I'll read it by the end of 2016.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good,
That's
right?
pretty good.
The movie's not out yet.
I feel like maybe because shouldn't insanely good artists be like, oh, no problem. I've got fucking 12 million designs I did for other movie things and that I'll just throw in there. But I feel like maybe the tiny prize money is meant to kind of scare off the professionals. So that they don't try to because what do they want
something that you
$1,000
designed or
for?
created is in Ready Player One. That's a pretty solid credit.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's not very fair then. Because there's so many artists that have been doing this for years and years and years. And maybe somebody who's a young hopeful, maybe doesn't really have a chance.
Maybe not.
I mean, they're not looking at the name; they're just looking at the quality of the work.
Potentially,
So,
yeah.
and there's gonna be hundreds.
They're probably going to get a lot.
There'll be 10
They're probably
submissions.
At
gonna-
least
Yeah.
10, so 1 in 2.
Tens of 20. of them.
I hit the Twitter. I asked you guys at SourceFedNERD, what do you think? Would you get involved in something like this? And Jimmy Nguyen at an epic Nguyen has said, where do I upload my consciousness? Because that's kind of what it is.
I'll take it. I'll take 2.
Unless you're graffiti, and then that's a bummer.
Crack addict, but it's crack, has said, would be really cool to see yourself in a movie. And That's
Yeah.
true. It's basically, maybe if you're not an actor or you don't think you'd ever be an actor, this is a good way to do that.
But this isn't when they go in the world. Because for someone who hasn't read the book,
Yeah.
they're actors, right? In the
You're
movie, it will
an
be
avatar.
actors, but you will in the movie.
I have no idea how they're going to make this movie.
But I mean, in the book, is it they look like themselves still?
No, they're avatars.
So they are completely different looking.
You go in and you look like a werewolf or
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
So then, yeah,
I
this
could
wasn't.
look like a, stoic black man if I wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, that's
could.
what you've always wanted
Always
to
wanted
Yeah,
it.
you bring that up a lot.
be. Meetings, and it's
I'll be
not
back
the right
here.
place. Yeah.
Adrian Michelli at I Invented Adrian has said, hell, I'd do it for free. Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Point in case where money doesn't necessarily matter so much.
You just want to be a part of your favorite thing, no matter what. And I get $1,000, maybe $250.
Yeah. I wonder if it should just be one of those things where they could just open it up to a crowd and be like, we'll pick the 100 best designs and they'll just be in a background scene somewhere. They definitely have the time to do that, right?
Yeah.
Peter Sprucey Ferrer at Mr. Sprucey Boy said, wait, just looked it up and you get paid just $1,000 for the rights to whatever you come up with and that's it. And he goes on to say, if your design gets chosen, it'll be on all the merch and the posters for the film of which you get no royalties.
Well, you're not getting a solo poster where it's this is the
Yeah.
person that donated to the thing. It's no,
This
you're
is
going
a
to be in the
background actor.
background.
And I have a feeling if they end up turning your design into some action figure or promotional material for the film, you'll probably get something else for
then
that,
you'll
right?
probably get the thing, whatever
yeah,
it is,
yeah, they'll probably
right?
send it to you. Maybe you get to go to the premiere or something. You get there's perks.
Yeah, they're not trying to just steal from you. It's actually a cool opportunity for
Yeah.
you to be a part of the thing you love.
Yeah, I
But-
don't think they want bad press surrounded the person that feels like they weren't given the proper credit or something.
Yeah, and if you made one thing, they're not and you get $1 million for this one idea. It's
Right,
no,
right.
that
Not
doesn't
how
make
it
sense.
works.
No.
But what are your thoughts on this? Are you going to probably enter this contest? Do you think this is a really fun idea or do you think there's exploitation happening? Let us know in the comments below. That's me done, guys.
My turn.
Yeah.
I
Get
want
in
to
there,
talk
Dan.
about IMAX making VR theaters.
Let's talk about it.
Around the country. IMAX is planning on opening 6 VR theaters in the United States before the end of 2016. Also,
When you're reading your book.
Yes, that's
a good deadline.
Yeah, in between reading Ready Player One, I'll be going to the VR theaters. And they also do this internationally, but for right now, at least the goal is 2016 have 6 theaters.
America.
But they're also partnering with Google to make cinema quality VR cameras and projectors for it, so it will look like once it's projected on a big screen. I'm guessing that you can move around in this theater theater, whatever it is, that it'll look cinema quality.
That's
Wow.
interesting to me. I'm still not sure what they're doing
Wait, with what?
with what this is.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
listening.
getting
listening.
there.
Yeah,
I'm
listening.
getting there. The experiences would be tied to existing franchises, so they are experiences for like a Ghostbusters movie, or for the next Avengers movie, or for Star Wars.
So like maybe you would put on a headset and you would go into a theater and it would be like themed like a Star Wars land or something.
Think about maybe not theme. I mean, the thing you're seeing is Star Wars theme, but you'd be in chairs that would move around in a 3D space, so you
Yes,
could feel
yes,
like you're
yes.
flying through like
Oh,
in a,
so it's
in a
like something
TIE
that happens
fighter.
before the movie.
This would be in addition to it. This would be a $7 to $10 experience, and it would be like 10 minutes. It wouldn't be like a full hour
So you
of a
just
movie.
so it's like a giant arcade kind of center where you
Exactly.
go in, have your little fun. And
That's
then
why
you
there's only
just-
6 of these
Interesting.
theaters.
But then you would like take your headset off and then watch the movie, or it would be like after
No,
or
these are
something?
separate. Like this is
Oh,
like
it's a whole other
yeah,
thing.
I think
here
it should
is-
be a package deal. I think you're onto something.
Right?
I'd
Could.
rather that get me in the mood and then watch the movie.
That'd be fun. Or like you were so excited right after, you're like, I want more, and I'll go over into this little theater and pay $7 and do it. And it's $10 or it's 10 minutes. It'll be fun.
Because I like the
$1 a
idea
minute.
of like,
$1 a minute.
wouldn't it be cool if like they go like you go in to see the new Star Wars movie and they're like, all right, here's your headset, and then you go in and then you look around the theater and like the seats have like moss on it, like Dagobah moss, and there's like some Star Wars creatures walking down the aisles and stuff.
That'd
and
be
you're
really
Yes.
cool.
You're like, whoa, this is immersive, and then like you keep it on for the movie, but the whole theater kind of changes with the scenes and like.
I would
That
rather
would
that
be
in
insane.
augmented reality.
Oh,
though.
if you did that with a HoloLens,
Yeah,
that'd be
because
really
maybe
cool.
you don't want to wear a headset the whole movie, but
and
like, if
also
you,
changing the theme of a theater every single time.
no, but I
something
mean, it
comes
would be
out.
digital. It would be digital, so like maybe ILM would like create
Project-
it, and then like
project it.
yeah, and then it would all be kind of like in your 3D experience, like you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I noticed that already movies are providing a VR experience to coincide with movies already. So during the promotion of
Definitely
Warcraft,
Disney, yeah.
they've done it as well. But recently, when I was looking at Warcraft, I put it on, and it wasn't really much. But you were sitting on the back of a griffin and
That's
giant,
cool.
giant eagle, and you're kind of looking all around, and you see big castles, and you see kind of like all the landscapes, and you just kind of look around.
That's
and that's
fun.
fun.
I'm thinking that this is kind of like a VR roller coaster that is attached to your movie.
So it's
that
like
where you can get
rides.
into. It's kind of like a ride. But my question to you is, do you think this will enhance movie-going experience? Because you guys sound excited about it, or is it just kind of a gimmick that they're like trying to hop in with VR? Because VR, if you didn't know, is pretty big right now.
I guess it just depends on what it is. Like if it's actually like a movie tied-in experience,
That's what the
like,
goal is.
Like ride the Millennium Falcon before you see Star
Fuck
Wars.
yes.
Like then yeah, why not? Like I guess that's fun.
For Interstellar, Oculus Rift, and who's the director? Blanking?
Christopher
Nolan. Yeah, his company came together and did an IMAX VR experience actually, where you can put on an Oculus Rift and float around their space station, like in the
But was
movie
that
theater.
available to like everybody, or was it
No,
like
select theaters. You can go to
Okay,
select
well that's
theaters.
cool. Yeah, so this is something that's kind of
Yeah, but they're building the specific theater that will be in malls or attached to movie theaters, and then you can go in there while you're waiting. If for $10,
Yeah.
That's
oh,
not bad.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like the Walk did it as well, actually. So you would, you'd literally be looking
walking that
down,
tightrope?
and there was
gross.
oh, the puke
and
everywhere.
people would freak out because it's so realistic that even though you're in a safe space,
Yeah.
it looks like you're trying to walk between two skyscrapers.
Well, people were puking just watching the movie in IMAX. Like that, so like you put a headset on them and it's just a problem.
I got vertigo watching. Was it the Mission Impossible one? When they were
Yeah,
climbing
oh,
up the
yeah.
giant building?
Same,
Yeah, I was
same.
like, yeah.
No. But like, imagine like a Mission Impossible style, like you're running on the side of a plane. Like, remember in the newest one
Yeah,
where he
that's
gets on
cool.
it? That would be really fun.
Didn't you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would I pay
damn
$10
thing.
for it though?
Would you
I'm a
go?
cheap bitch.
I'd pay $10 for like that idea of like the theater ends up being themed like your movie, and then there's like when you watch the movie the scenes change and stuff. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I would prefer that over like, because I feel like there aren't many friends that I have that would be like, I feel like I'd be the only one in my friend group doing it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm gonna do this $7 thing before Star Wars. You guys want to do it? And they'd be like, no, I just want
just wanna
to
watch the
fucking
movie.
watch the movie.
No, that actually sounds fun though. I would want
Well,
to do it.
you'd do it.
I'd
Now
do
you
it.
have two friends.
There we go.
There's
Sam will
two
come
people.
And one's on the fence.
But they're kind of like the IMAX experiences that happen at museums,
museums,
and things,
yeah.
like observatories, and
Yeah.
people still go to those, and those are relatively
Sure.
cheap, and they're a lot of fun, but those are at least longer. You're getting more for your buck, not $10 for 10 minutes. That seems
$1 a minute.
very cheap. But I got a tweet here from Nick Christensen at the guy Nico. Maybe not an IMAX theater, but what about through VR 360 theater room? Sign me right up.
That's
That's
what I
what
was
you were
talking
saying.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
What?
I think he stole it from you.
Nick and
How
Steve's
cool would
on
it be
the
if
same
like you like it turns the theater into like the Star Killer base like hangar, and like you're in like the hangar with all the TIE fighters
Yeah,
and stormtroopers
I'm
and stuff, and you like your viewing screen for the movie is like the hangar
Yeah,
opening.
I like
you
that.
What
know?
about, okay, I
Disney,
got it.
call Steve
Yeah,
up.
come on, Disney, I got ideas.
In Force Awakens, when they get into the TIE fighter and they try to get away, but it's still
Yeah.
attached. Imagine you're trying to escape while you're still attached, and
Yeah.
after that you get shot down and like you experience like falling to the
So
planet
dying?
and dying.
And then you
die
die.
at the
So
end. Yeah,
cool.
you straight up they flatline you and then they bring you back.
And then they just make the whole theater dark,
Yeah.
with no sounds.
Yeah.
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 I like it.
Take my money.
So let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this will enhance movie-going experiences, or is it just a gimmick? That's it from me.
So guys, I want to talk a little bit about this Ghostbusters second international trailer.
you gonna call?
Now, I haven't had an opportunity to really talk about the new Ghostbusters on Nerd yet, so I'm kind of
Let's get ready.
I want to bite right in. The new trailer that just came out today is actually not the trailer you guys already saw. It's the international one, and it's got some different stuff in it. I actually think this trailer has been the best of all the ones that have officially been released so far.
Agreed.
Yeah, like I think other than the fan one that was freaking amazing, which I wish was official, but which is not to say that I'm like super stoked for the movie and I can't wait and it looks fucking amazing. I just feel like this one's the better of all of them, the better of the evils, the lesser of the evils. And I actually feel like there were some jokes that worked a little bit better in this one too.
I like the dragon joke when
The
they're
dragon joke's fine, but that one's in the other one too. I think I like the proton pack not firing completely, and it just kind of like falls down on the ground, and then she goes like whoops or whatever. She says some dumb line. I think it's funny, but I want to see the movie.
Yeah.
I do want to see the movie. I'm not one of those guys that's like, I boycott this. I'm not going to see it. I would rather not pay money to see it. If Sony wants to send me to a screening, I would prefer that because I don't really want to. I'm weary. I don't want to contribute to a problem which is reboot-itis in Hollywood.
wary?
Which is, yeah, I'm wary because I just feel like there's so many reboots, there's so many requels, there's so many prequels, there's so many rehashes, and I just feel like I don't really want to contribute to that. I'm not a big fan of all that stuff. But my only real problem with this whole Ghostbusters reboot thing is really the ghost design. The ghost designs. I think it looks too cartoony. I don't think it's scary enough. I mean, the thing that made the original Ghostbusters so unique was the fact that it was hilarious and scary at the same time. Like that library ghost still scares the shit out of me. Like, I mean, not as much as it did as a kid, obviously, but it's still creepy and scary looking.
Remember that movie we watched at Fantastic Fest where he played back the scene where Slimer comes down the hallway really fast, but he played it without the music and the dialogue, and it actually is really scary when it comes flying down like that. What's that? Is that spit out of my mouth? Go ahead.
It could have been. Even that scene where Slimer's coming towards Dan Aykroyd or Bill Murray in the original Ghostbusters, it's kind of scary. You don't know what's going to happen. You think it might kill him or something. But I don't like the ghost designs. I know a lot of people are like, it just looks like the Scooby-Doo movie to me. And I also think not connecting this film with the original is a big mistake. I think that that's maybe their biggest blunder. Like the ghost thing I'll get over. I'll probably get used to it halfway through the movie or whatever, and it'll probably be fine. But I just feel like ignoring the original in every possible way. I get that Paul Feig wanted to like do his own movie, and he wanted the idea of the ghost attacking New York to be a very isolated new thing. And I get that, but I just think not mentioning the original in any way is a mistake. You've got this team of people that everybody loves. The Ghostbusters is a classic film, and then you just disband that team, recycle it, burn it, shit on it, flush it down the toilet, and then make an entirely new team that has nothing to do with the original. I think that's a mistake. Right. But it has nothing to do with the female aspect of it. I really don't give a shit about that. You know, if it's good, it's good.
It's not the fact that, you know, it's four guys and now it's four girls.
I
That's
don't
bullshit.
care.
I'm a simple person. I just want a movie to be good.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm not laughing at these jokes so much. I agree about the special effects. I think they do look a little bit. And I remember, I loved Casper. I was like right at the perfect age.
Casper's
Even
awesome.
Casper's effects are more real than this, I feel like.
Yeah, Rowan,
But
who's
how?
like
How is Casper more real than
Because
this?
I think ILM tried to do something stylistically, like, very real. They wanted to bring Casper into the real world, and I think that's what they did with those effects. But in this one, it's just, I get that they're trying to like reach out to a broad audience. They want kids to see it and not get too scared. Maybe I don't know.
Are they trying to do too much and appeal too wide?
Maybe I have a feeling this movie is going to be another requel, which is a term that DJ came up with actually, which is Basically,
reeks.
it's kind of like what The Force Awakens is. It's a reboot of an original, but it's also a sequel. Like basically Force Awakens is A New Hope in so many ways, but it's also a new film. And it makes it safe and comfortable, and it made it not such a big gamble for Disney to release a new Star Wars movie without it being sort of familiar. So I feel like this movie might suffer from that in the worst way. I feel like they're going to take elements from the first film, rip it right off, and glue it and force it into this new one, but you don't have a dynamic team like the original. You don't have these like fucking massively popular comedians in the film.
But you can't even say that yet because we haven't
say it
seen the team work together. All we've seen is them kind of just make jokes about each other and
true.
talk about Chris Hemsworth's
muscles.
muscles.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I actually think that Kate McKinnon's going to save this one. She seems to be kind
Really?
of, she's my favorite out of the lot. I think she kind of has, she's like figured out her character so well, and it's
I do like
the
her
more
character so far.
subtle
Yeah.
of the others. I think Melissa McCarthy's so used to being over the top. I think this Patty character is
Leslie
just
Jones a little going overboard.
She's-
We'll see.
punching. Like, woo, let's aim there. But then Kate McKinnon's just kind of like, you know what?
I haven't seen enough of Kate McKinnon's character. I actually really like Melissa McCarthy's character. I always like her stuff.
Well, I like Melissa McCarthy. Don't get me wrong. I think she's hilarious. I think she's an amazing person. But I really do. I'm on the Kate McKinnon train. I think she's going to be the sleeper hit person of this movie.
Agree.
But also with this whole like not mentioning the old Ghostbusters thing, I think Paul Feig has mentioned this multiverse Ghostbusters idea a lot, and I feel like maybe they'll just be like, oh shit, we gotta backtrack. Okay, there's another universe where the old Ghostbusters exist, and they tapped into it, and now they're gonna fight with them.
Why do Ghostbusters need to deal with multiverse? Why does that have to be
Because
a thing?
multiverse is such a buzzword right now. Studios are trying to capitalize on Disney's Marvel success, and everybody's trying to do everything I don't know,
Everyone's
man.
trying to do too much. Slow it down.
Yeah, next thing we know, there's gonna be like a fucking Mad Balls multiverse. There's gonna be a Smurfs multiverse, and anyway.
Hey, what's your opinion of the Ghostbusters? While you're looking at tweets happening
Oh
there.
no, that's what I was saying. I'm excited for it. No, I was saying, I think that people need to calm the fuck down. It's just a trailer.
Yeah.
And all of these are just trailers. It's very hard to please everybody, and they want to make it look like a new movie. That's what they want.
Yeah.
They don't want you, they can't just sell you the same thing again. I feel like, right? Wouldn't a studio just try to at least attempt to make something new? So like they have to try to format it differently than the other movies.
I just don't know if it's because Ghostbusters fans are more vocal and like angrier than other fans. I don't know. I mean,
Why would they be? Jurassic
because I think
World
it's-
seems like it has a bigger following than Ghostbusters.
But Jurassic Park, the Jurassic series, has this broad audience where it appeals to literally everyone. And I feel like you're hard pressed to find someone that hasn't seen a Jurassic Park movie and enjoyed it. But Ghostbusters is more of like even though it's massively popular, it is still kind of cultish. I still feel like there is this kind of like group of people that are hanging on to this series by a goddamn tight talon grip, and they don't want to let go of the nostalgia.
Kind of like the Ghost
of it.
Dragon.
Kind of like the Ghost Dragon, which leads me to my questions really quick, and we'll get to Twitter. Sorry, I'm going long on this one, but why are people so mad about this movie? I know it's the fucking X-Men being Ghostbusters, but why are they more mad about this film than the Jurassic Worlds and Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles and all these other reboots that also look just as awful? In fact, Michael Bay's first Ninja Turtles trailer is worse than anything I've seen of the new Ghostbusters movie, and you can quote me on that.
Yeah, people were not as angry
No, they were
about that
just like-
movie.
But if
I mean-
the Ninja Turtles were girls.
But Redditors were like trying to redesign Bay's Turtles. Remember, there's like the one with the big bump, and that looks super cool. And I think people were angry for a while, but not to the degree that Ghostbusters is getting. I think it's insane. And my final question for you guys is, why is there a dragon ghost? What is it? Why?
Like a demon
No, but you
dragon.
brought that up, but
Dragons?
what is Slimer?
Slimer is at least like sort of anthropomorphic. He has 2 arms, he's got a nose, he's got eyes, I don't
It's
know.
like a giant booger.
I feel like there could be a kind of a distortion of a human in the Ghostbusters universe or whatever.
What's
but like a
Ronan?
dragon, what is a dragon?
What's Ronan?
Edible.
I mean, I have a feeling that
Is he? But is he a mascot that came to life?
well, here's my theory. My theory is that in the movie, you know how we see that graffiti of the No Ghost logo in like the subway? I have a feeling, I'm gonna fucking hate it if this happens. I have a feeling they're gonna do a Gozer thing where they're like, choose the Destructor, like in the original. And when Dan Aykroyd chose the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, instead it's gonna be something like Leslie Jones.
Yeah, because she's the operator of the
underground subways, and she's gonna be like, I saw a logo and I thought it looked cute, and that's probably why we get the fucking giant Ghostbuster logo ghost. Anyway, so Trevor Martin, Angry Trevor on Twitter says, said it before and I'll say it again, the whole thing it feels like a cash grab. We didn't need the reboots, and to make matters worse, they're completely disregarding the earlier everything. Pass the torch. I think that might be the biggest mistake they're making over everything, is just completely disavowing the other Ghostbusters movies.
Maybe the difference between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters is that Ghostbusters 1 and 2 were brilliant movies. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja... I still loved it.
I love 2. When the toaster dances?
I mean, look, I love Ghostbusters 2, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like
Part 1. I played the video game on the DOS system. Anyway, the thing about the Ninja Turtles movies is that they are notoriously not great.
Right.
I mean, I actually watched them the other day on Netflix,
Teenage
and
Mutant
I
Ninja
still
Turtles
love them.
3 is my
3
favorite
is garbage,
movie.
man. 3
Turtles
is so
Through Time?
bad.
Turtles in Time?
Hold on a second. Hey, let's make a kids movie. What's a location in history kids love? Feudal Japan. No. But is that maybe the most boring point in history, feudal Japan?
No, you got your samurais.
It was technically a family or a kid skewed movie, and then when they brought it back again to kind of bring it up a bit, people weren't as offended because they weren't so precious towards the movies so much as the characters. I am still adamant that I really vehemently do not like the rebooted Ninja Turtles. In fact, I tried to walk out of the first movie, except I was on a plane and I still contemplated it.
They are really grabbing at my heart with fucking Bebop and Rocksteady.
Why did they go back in time?
Why did they go to feudal Japan? Why did they go to feudal Japan?
Sorry.
I guess because they're ninjas.
I couldn't let that go.
Ninja Turtles and then whatever.
Ninja!
I know, I get it, but there's... Why? Anyways.
Kyle Condi says about Ghostbusters, I won't waste my money on going to see it in theaters unless it gets amazing reviews. Blu-ray is good enough. And also, on the international trailer, I decided to pull some comments.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't wait to read you guys these.
While you're looking those up, every single trailer that's come out, there has been so many more dislikes than likes.
Yeah.
It's like people are trying to make a
I
point.
think people are
What's the point?
The people are on a crusade at this point. I think that the internet, and especially the Reddit community, or the Reddit-esque type communities, they love to get on this like kind of hive mind bandwagon. Like when the Fine Brothers got into it, everybody jumped on the Fine Brothers to fucking like try to ruin their lives. And there's all these kind of like bandwagon things that happen in pop culture. And I think right now the bandwagony, angry pitchfork is the Ghostbusters movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
You say mod?
Mod mentality.
The mod mentality. Your name lends to so many good puns. I love it. All right, so Stone Cold Washington on the International Ghostbusters trailer that just came up today commented, I downvote out of principle, but it actually looks good to me. I don't think that's how that works.
You're a dick.
Don't be part of the problem, dude.
I mean, also, do they care too much about likes, dislikes, the studio? Sony, you're getting money from your studio.
I don't know, it's
that is
really
influential.
that.
If I'm going to look at a trailer and it's that many dislikes, I'm like, whoa, I'm not going to declare my love for this movie because people might think I'm weird.
And plus, like, that's what that's
how I talk on the internet.
Plus, the studios are like that's what's making headlines right now. More dislikes than likes and all that shit.
Yeah.
Desarabia Satanchia says it's going to flop so hard it'll be the donkey dick film of 2016. I don't know what that means. And finally, Fane00 says, okay, this was better than the last two trailers. I would still prefer this to be a sequel rather than a reboot. Witness the first one.
Well, you're not gonna get it.
I know.
No matter what you want, you're not gonna get it. Just go. You're gonna watch the movie. That's the thing. You're gonna go see this movie.
Maybe not.
I think it's gonna do a lot better than you think.
It'll probably
do well. If enough people watch it and say not worth it, I'm not gonna waste my time. But I could like it.
But watch when reviews come out. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people.
Again,
you're allowed to have an opinion leading up to the reviews.
True.
Yes, but I think in general, like the internet community, the commenters, the Redditors, they only make up like a very small percentage, however these large numbers of dislikes are, they still do make a small percentage of vocal minority of people that are like, I fucking hate movies. At the end of the day, like Midwest, people that fucking love Paul Blart Mall Cop, shit like that, they're gonna go see this movie regardless of what the internet's saying because, oh, fucking Melissa McCarthy's in it and Kristen Wiig's in it. It looks like a funny comedy. Take my girlfriend to go see a movie and then have some some yoo-hoo afterwards.
The person that you're imitating probably most likely does not have a girlfriend.
You're right.
Yeah.
But regardless of whether they do or don't have a girlfriend and love Yoo-Hoo, they're gonna go see the movie, and I think it's gonna make a lot of money. It
will.
I think it will.
More power to you.
Yeah.
Sweet, but that's it from us. Please get involved in these conversations. We've got questions throwing at you. You can comment below. Steve wants to know.
I do want to know, guys, why are people so mad about this and they weren't mad about the other reboot movies? Let's talk about that. And also, Ghost Dragon.
Sam?
I need to know, do you guys think that this VR theater thing is just a gimmick, or do you think it'll actually enhance movie-going experiences?
Yeah, and I want to know, are you a designer? Are you going to enter this competition to have your avatar in Ready Player One? Or do you kind of think it's exploiting the system a little bit? Let us know, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to SourceFedNERD. Today's got something pretty cool happening, right, Sam?
Yeah, tune in at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Superhero Roundup Live. It's going to be fun. We got a special guest. I'm Sam.
My name's Maude.
I'm Steve Zaragoza.
See you next time.
Man, I don't care about just like we'll still have the original Ghostbusters forever.
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 Nothing. This won't
Forever.
come out, and all of a sudden, all the DVD and Blu-rays.
Yeah, no one's
and
burning every
Laserdiscs-
copy of the original Ghostbusters. We still have that.
Well done, guys.
I snuck a nail and I asked a white boy for help finding a book on kleptomania. She stamped it like a dum-dum, and when I went out without paying, she didn't even try to stop me. I didn't just steal a book, I stole a whole job because I stole a book on kleptomania. Figure that out, dong mongo.